Hey, what is up guys, Pyro here, bringing another episode of Inazuma 11 Go to Pyro Paradox. Last time we fought against Team 0 and today we're going to fight another level 99 team. I haven't quite decided who I want to fight, but it doesn't really matter in the long run, I guess. I don't know. Let's fight against Zeus. I don't know, just two I feel like fighting today. Actually, let's use some Japan uniform, just because Galaxy comes out in 2 weeks, so, yeah, Inazuma related news, just, right off the top of my head, since last time, hasn't really been, well, you know, anything. Generally, the exciting stuff happens generally when episodes, get released. I haven't checked the wiki, for a while now, so there might be something there. I might check it after this video, so, yeah, but overall, nothing really to talk about that's new about Inazuma Eleven. Why is Tama there? I think I might have changed my formation without me knowing. I think that's what I did. Actually, yeah, I remember now, because I was changing the formation so it can be, what do you want to call it? So it can be, like, just start thinking of new formations I'm using for Galaxy. That's what I did. So yeah, not much to say. I'll just, I guess today I'm just going to talk about some real life stuff that's happened for me. You know, IRL, and did they fix the number? Huh, that's cool. I never knew they fixed it. Or maybe it's just in certain players. Maybe, let's just check in a sec, because I remember that number there used to be white, so might be for some players. Maybe it's just a bug for, you know, I don't know. It just caught my attention, so I'm rambling on about it. And if you don't know what I was talking about there, it's the number and back of the units with pen forms. I remember it used to be the wrong color as it was. I remember it was white and you couldn't see the back of it, so it's nice that it's not white anymore. So see how it's like the number, I think it's number 5 maybe. Oh no, Gishib Tiger, that used to be blue. I mean, the blue number there, yeah, it used to be white. Yep. Enough rambling, so about real life stuff. So a bit has been going on in my life. Not too much though, nothing too extremely exciting. First thing is that I actually, my phone broke yesterday, which is quite unfortunate. So I had a Samsung Galaxy S3 and it is now broken. So that was quite unfortunate, but still, things happen. So you gotta live with it, I guess. So yeah, let's just throw the ball up here. There we go. Okay. Oh no, that backfired. Wow. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? See, my phone broke, so my Samsung Galaxy S3 broke. Now, the touchscreen broke, and as well as the actual, like, graphics card inside of it, so when I hit the button to turn the screen on, it just, nothing comes up, like, just a weird purple line shows up, so that's very, very bad, but, you know, it's all good. Luckily for me, I can shift the blame on my dad, just because the phone's glass is already broken when he gave it to me, his Samsung, so there we go, shifting the blame, not my fault, confirmed. But I honestly don't even know how it happened, sorry, just because I was just generally doing my own thing. I was playing probably sport or something. Yeah, it had to be. It was probably what I was playing, some sport, and I just checked my phone at the end of the day, and the screen was broken. So that happened, just like that. Things happen, yeah. But yeah, luckily for me, before I got my dad's phone, I still had an iPhone, so I just got my contacts off my Samsung. And the way I did it is because with the Samsung phones, you can still view the information on a computer, as long as it's already been synced to that computer before. And by information, I mean just generally contacts and music and stuff. So I was able to download my a contacts list from my phone and just put them onto my iPhone. I had to do it manually. There was no automation for it. That was very, very painful. It took me about an hour. And the worst part was I had a driving lesson that day as well. And that just I was late for that just because I was so I was just stressed out trying to fix it on my phone, just because my phone has bank account details on it, but luckily for me, my mum does have her own personal, that just happened, her own personal set of my bank account details, so I'll be able to get that off her sometime in the future, which I should have done yesterday, but I forgot to. So yeah, that really sucked. But yeah, with my iPhone, it's actually the first time using the iOS 7. I hadn't used it beforehand, and it's actually surprisingly good. I'm finding myself really enjoying it. I'm finding it already after day one. It's got my iPhone 4 has much better battery life than my Samsung Galaxy S3. But in my Samsung Galaxy S3's defense, I had a ton of stuff installed on my on it, so I can completely understand why it keeps on draining the power so quickly. But still, it's very annoying if your phone doesn't have a lot of battery. And also, Keshin Arms was nice enough. I asked him to make me an iPhone background, and he did that, which is pretty cool. And it's actually just Matasagi's dark form, but he did it really awesomely. If he sees it, not just there. If he sees it, thanks, Maurice. I did send you a PM, and it looks very awesome. So yeah, and it's only for me because I'm a guy. I don't know, but yeah, Maurice's Keshin Arms is really good using Photoshop and video editing. So I use him. That would be offset. I ask him to do some of that stuff for me, even though I don't ask him too often, I feel. So yeah, I feel like I'm not being, I don't know, a dick. So yeah, that's good. But anyway, yeah, and the good thing too is that because I had the iPhone beforehand, I already had like pre-bought apps and like music on the end. Damn, I'm about to lose my stamina. And I really hate how if you mixy max with a woman, you don't get that stamina boost, man. Well, no, if you mixy max with a woman, your stamina is extremely low, but you can use a ton of Hizata Waza, Hizata Wazas, but at the same time, you just get your player gets completely drained of the GP if you're mixed and maxed with a female character, which is kind of annoying, but still, I don't care. It's an ultimate trans, and it's unfortunately this is the only best match mixy max that Pyro gets. That kind of sucks, but you know, first world problems, yeah. Of course, this guy would get lucky. Oh, this guy, man, this guy, this goalie is not being nice to me today. It's just cruel. Good thing with Keshin to Mixie Max, and Pyro gets this awesome skill that when he's Mixie Max with Kome, he gets a skill that allows his Keshin arm to stay on the field longer, so it drains much slower. So that is why majority of my points in this game have been scored by Pyro, and I can tell that from the stats menu. And we're about to get another goal. Don't even stand a chance, even if you go on. But anyway, in some side news, today is Tuesday the 26th of November. Now, this may not mean anything to you. This just might be a regular Tuesday. Just like, oh, Shad, it's nothing important. It's actually a pretty big Tuesday for my dad, because, well, it's the... If you guys do not know, I know for a fact, I have not talked about this on YouTube before, but my dad is planning to open a fish and chip shop, which is not a fish and chip shop, a fresh fish and chip shop in not too far from my house. So if you do live in I'm just gonna say to you Melbourne, you Australian fans, if you do live in Melbourne, it's a shop in Ashburton called Eat Fish. So yeah, if you live in Melbourne, go free and check it out. Just Google Eat Fish, and you know, that's the name of the shop. It's called Eat Fish. Very dumb name, but it works. It works. It's just very corny, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, what this shop sells is that he hasn't seen a shop before that sells like fresh fish that you can like just buy, and then like fish and chips as well. So that's kind of cool. And the cool thing, like the theme they're going for is like an Australian New Zealand theme. So like all the fish that they're selling is just being grown and stuff in Australia and New Zealand. So it's like not international pretty much. Now before you say like, oh, New Zealand's not from Australia, technically the world is split up into regions, and there's actually a region called Australia, which has New Zealand in it as well as Australia. So fact of the day. So yeah, so the official opening is tomorrow. I'm not at the shop right now just because I didn't. My mum told me to go tomorrow, but she actually was meant to tell me to go today. So that was kind of funny, but she said it's fine and it'll be all good. So I'm the only one home right now, even though I shouldn't really be home. But still, I digress. I have homework I need to do after this. So yeah, it's all good. And this guy is just completely destroying the field with his Keshin arms. This is not good in the slightest, as he just fought through my defense. Was it Rococo when I need him? Okay, let's mix max. So yeah, if you live in Melbourne, go just look up the shop called Eat Fish, because it's actually my dad's first time doing a shop like this. So I hope it oh, the half's over. I hope it takes off well for him. So and I'm gonna be working there, so I don't know how my time is gonna be spared between me just working there, doing this YouTube thing and other YouTube thing, and some other stuff. So yeah, and now more news. My internet has been like absolute crap today. I have no idea why. It's been going extremely slow. I have to reset our modem a couple of times. Like, at first it was really slow. It has gotten better, I will say that, but it just is tremendously slow. I don't know why. It's slower than usual. I know our internet's not capped, but just because our internet never gets capped, my mum's got this oh god, no, I just ran away from the ball. That was ridiculously dumb. Anyway, my mum set up that this plan with our carrier that we can't get capped, but we have to pay a certain sum every month. So that's really good, and if we were to get capped, I think it's like $5 or not $5, or just a few dollars extra, so it doesn't stay capped at the end of the year. So end of the month, sorry. So that's kind of cool. And now I better run back and try and stop this guy. Well, good thing I'm Mixie Max, so I can use God Hand W, which is very nice. And now at 690 power, let's drop down to 600. I could actually stop that with God Hand X without being Mixie Trans, so I can guarantee this will stop it. So bam. Alrighty, let's they've actually opened in the middle. So yeah, it's been extremely slow. I don't know how long it will take me to upload this video. It might be just download speed, it might be upload speed, it might be both, it might be fixed by the time this is uploaded / edited, but still, it is extremely, I think the worst things to have for our current generation is slow. Well, not what, well, it's like, what I'm saying, it's actually, I feel like I'm being a rich snob if I say it's like the worst thing ever. It's pretty bad for me, considering most of the time I spend during my day is on the internet, just looking at information or such, doing homework and managing my YouTube account and so on and so forth. So that's very annoying when the internet's slow. But I think I'll live as long as I have my Inazuma 11. So yeah, other stuff. I've got in a new game recently, The Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds. It's actually a really fun game. Now, I've never beaten a Zelda game before in my life. I did try playing The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D for the 3DS. I didn't quite... I know it's the original version's like... I'm pretty sure it's like voted the best game of all time. I think it is. Like, I don't know exactly. That's what reviews and stuff says. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is the best game of all time. So that's I read it somewhere. I'm not entirely sure if it was true or not, but I want it to be true because it's a Nintendo game. Nintendo's awesome. And Jesus, Terry going all out. But anyway, now Taylor's gonna lose his Mixie Trans after this shot. I probably should have brought out Terry in a polo, but it's all good. So yeah, it's a very fun game. I think I've only played about 5 hours of it. It's extremely addicting. That's the problem. Now I know I said, I've only played 5 hours of it, but I've been pretty busy. I was very addicted the first day that I got it. It was extremely fun. It still is extremely fun. I plan on beating it. I think I'm at like, I'm not quite halfway. I'm just under halfway, I feel. But but no, in all seriousness, this is it's one of the funnest games I've had in a while. That isn't like in my main series of games. When like the games are like that I always love to play and always guarantee to buy are Pokemon, Inazuma 11, and then Sonic the Hedgehog. Those are my favorite games to buy. Even though, personally, I've got Sonic Lost World, I still haven't beaten it yet. I've had it for over a month now. It's not I don't find it addictive as like the other Sonic games. I find it very annoying at times. The level design's pretty damn poor, I do say. It is a fun concept that it's like, this awesome parkour mechanic running stuff, but still, it is not the best thing ever, and it kind of bummed me out because I thought this Sonic Lost World game was going to be amazing, and I ended up returning Sonic Generations with a 3DS on it. But luckily for me, I still have Sonic Generations, and like I've got Sonic Generations on my computer as well as PlayStation, so I bought 3 copies of Sonic Generations. Oh, that's how much fun I had with the game, beating it like 3 times on 3 different consoles, like just one each. That was the point I'm trying to make. But yeah, back to The Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds. It's an extremely fun game. Like, it's I think one of the 2 games that I don't go my way out to get that I've found myself addicted to. My other game that like isn't in my main series of games that I got addicted to was Fire Emblem Awakening. That is by far, out of every game I've played this year, it's my second favorite game. First is definitely Pokemon X and Y. I've spent over 300 hours on playing Pyro Paradox. Well, that was over the course of a year. I spent like 300 hours playing Pokemon X and Y in less than a month. So we see the difference of addiction there clearly. So it's a very addicting game, and I think Pokemon X and Y is the most sold Nintendo game of all time, breaking records in the first day. And the other, that's crazy, breaking records in day one. And the other Nintendo game that sold the most was not Pokemon, it was what game am I thinking of? It was Mario Kart. Mario Kart, that's the one. That managed to sell that many copies in 4 weeks. So for that record to be broken in one day, Game Freak must have outdid themselves with Pokemon X and Y, and so that was pretty cool. But yeah. But back to the Legend of Zelda thing, I find it very fun, and like I said before, I haven't been in a Zelda game before. And the cool thing about the Zelda series, I do know a bit about Zelda, even though I haven't played all the games and I've known all the games, so on and so forth. The cool thing is that I do know, like, all the games are based in different time periods, so that, let's just say if you miss one of them, it's not going to affect your knowledge of the game. Every game is a completely different plot that doesn't generally relate to the other games, and so far I haven't found any references, because I did watch a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time walkthrough, so, you know, I haven't seen any references for, that so far. So far it's like, it is a good game that is, you know, just solid, straight on, what am I talking about? It's a solid game to play if you've never played the Zelda game before, and the gameplay style with it is much different from the Ocarina of Time as well. Because Ocarina of Time was a 3D explorer, this one's more of a 2D grid explorer, even though you're not necessarily locked to a grid pad, but it still feels that way, and that's kind of a style of gameplay I do really enjoy, so there's that. But I do really recommend it. It's probably one of the best-selling Nintendo 3DS, well, one of the best 3DS games at the moment. Generally, it hasn't been, when the 3DS first came out, there weren't that many good games for it, and the 3DS has been out since 2011, I think. I'm not entirely sure, and holy crap, you're not doing good. Oh, the game's over. Doing bad. But no, there hasn't been, the games that stand out to me for the 3DS that have been out for a while now, it's definitely Kid Icarus Uprising, Mario Kart 7, Mario 3D World, and that's about it really. That just come to mind when I think about 3DS games that have been selling really well, that, you know, I don't have to look at my 3DS shelf for, because I don't own them. Like, I did own Kid Icarus Uprising, I returned it when I beat it. No, I don't think I did beat it actually. Yeah, I didn't. That's because I watched a walkthrough on it before I got it though, so that was my fault. What else? What am I trying to say? Yeah, Mario Kart 7, I own that. I don't own the, I did actually beat Super Mario 3D World. I returned that though, just because I got bored of it. But no, there's not too many amazing games on the 3DS. There are definitely some really good ones, but there hasn't been, like, too many. Like, I reckon, you don't, literally, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say words. They're not coming out, they're not flowing out of my mouth properly. But anyway, guys, this is another topic for another day. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is True Pyro Shad signing out. Peace.